Dar and I are back at it, and we're just going to be having a little conversation. So thanks for streaming in. Hope you get something out of it. But this is Dar and I just like to connect, and we like to let people be flies on the wall. So we'll see what interesting stuff pops up from this. Okay, this is what we're talking. Let's talk decision making.
Yeah.
So Dar, how do you decide what deserves attention and what gets ignored?
So if we're going to be real and human about this, I will tell you that I often get this wrong because I sort of respond to the things that come up that feel like fires, but maybe are not the greatest focus of my time. So I guess the answer would be what gets the most attention when I take the time to be intentional about it. And I step back and I think, what really is going to move the needle in my business or help satisfy a client's need? What can I do that gives other people, that empowers other people to do their thing and get them going while I'm doing something else? But, oftentimes I'm flying by the seat of my pants, if I'm being honest with you, and I wish I weren't. But when you ask me questions like this, Matt, it makes me step in and think like, okay, today I'm going to be more intentional about what gets
I think it's
attention.
one of those things where all of us live in the tension of urgent versus important. And those can overlap. It can be urgent and important. It can be only urgent. It can be only important and not urgent. And so I think that tension is normal. I will say I have worked very hard at saying no. And that's the root skill behind this, is being able to say like, that's a worthwhile thing, or that's a good idea, or that deserves attention, but not right now. And way easier said than done. But I do think for me, the two things that help me, I guess the question was like, how do I decide what it is? The first is I'll speak it out. I kind of think of like micro and macro. So for example, recency bias is another factor. If I'm zoomed in for an hour on a problem, it feels like that is now urgent and important just because I spent a lot of time on it. Like I've just been in it. And so, yesterday I had a couple calls and there was a recurring theme that folks were bringing up. And so in my mind, I was like, it felt like this is urgent and important. 2 of 2 of all the 2 calls that I had. This is the recurring theme. We need to fix this now. Yeah. But in my digest, I think I can contextualize it. So I think the piece that helps is I get to talk it through. And so I'll constantly push ideas, and this is kind of Graham and I's back and forth. And so we have that shared language of what's not priority. And we're constantly looking at like, what's not priority? Good idea, deserves attention, should be fixed, should be done, but not right now. And so I got to like unpack my learnings, and then I acknowledged in the conversation, I was like, but this isn't actually important in the context of what we're looking at. And so maybe the second piece of this is how do I actually decide? At any given moment, there's one constraint. There's only ever one constraint. There's multiple weaknesses, but there's one constraint. And so for me, if I know where I'm going, then it's about discerning what is the one constraint. And one easier said than done again, but it's like, I need to know exactly where I'm going. Like what's the goal? What's the destination? And what's the one constraint?
You know what I like about that? First of all, I got to give props to Graham, well, to both of you for having each other. A really unique team. I mean, you all have been friends for years, been business partners, but to have someone like Graham because, not only is he super intelligent, but will speak real to you and not just tell you what you want to hear. And always backs it up with good foundational wisdom. So you're really lucky to have that. But for the people who don't have that, just giving them the constraint. And I think, I don't know if it was you or someone else, but years ago, gave me sort of an analogy or a metaphor like this. Like, look, you're focusing on chapter 7 of the book, but we're only on chapter 2. If you don't get past chapter 2, you'll never get to chapter 7. So like, focus on, the constraint or the bottleneck right now.
That's a good way to think about it. And so in our best.
So wasn't you? Did I come up with that on my own?
I do think that was me. And so the team will tell you, I'm endless metaphors. I can't it's just how my mind is wired. I can't just say it as it is. I try to find some association because this is how I have better recall. Like I'm more likely to remember the sequence of chapters, or it sort of hits and crystallizes in a different way. Like when you read a book, it would be insane to be like, let me just skip to chapter 7 and keep reading from there. You'd be like, I feel so lost. I have no context. You'd be like, well, duh. But how many times in business do we do the exact same thing? I see people like they're getting started and they're like, I got to figure out what to do with tax sheltering after I make my $10 million a year. But those kind of problems, they're already worried about like privileged problems to have. Yeah. And all of us face that. Like all of us, it's a constant struggle. So
quick break. I hope you're enjoying this video and I really appreciate you being here. More than anything, I hope this content helps you do whatever it is that you are trying to do. If you're watching the video, you're probably looking for a way to use AI and HighLevel to build a real business or to improve your existing business. This is what I help people do. I show you how to help local businesses with AI voice, AI chat, AI reviews, automations, websites, and more. If you want to get started, I have a 30-day free trial link to HighLevel right below this video. And when you use my link to activate your 30-day free trial, you don't just get the software. You get my AI agency website template to help you look like an expert from day one. You get my AI agents and my personalized demo system to help you show prospects what you can do for them. You also get access to my community where you can get support, training, resources, and help as you build your business. Hey, do me a favor, drop a comment down below. Tell me what kind of business you're working on or what kind of business you want to build. Ask me any questions about this video or anything else you need help with. I read all the comments, I respond to them as quickly as possible, and I would love to hear what you're working on. All right, back to the video.
Yeah. Okay, segueing
what else you had today?
Yeah, what's one habit you had to unlearn as you were growing the business?
Again, something I still struggle with today. And that's the need to do everything. I want to know how to do it. I feel that, and I think this comes from imposter syndrome, because I don't want to get on a call with someone, or I want to, and not at least know how to do the thing myself. But then I'll get in like deeper and deeper and deeper. And my business didn't really take off or give me any freedom until I empowered others to do the things that I was like doing myself.
That's a hard one.
I still do it today. I want to know like every new feature that HighLevel comes out. Like I got to master it. I got to like, and there's slow down HighLevel. It's too much,
It's, I'll say of the problems to unlearn, you'll create success that way. I think I interface folks are stalled starting. It's because they want to delegate too much too early. And I don't know if that's a skill to unlearn, but I think it might be a little bit of a function of corporate America. Like if you're coming from corporate America, the infrastructure is one where commonly your success is not determined by yourself. You just get in the habit of like success is a lot of delegation, right? There's a lot of roles. And so I see if people are coming out of kind of a very professionalized, large organization into entrepreneurship, they need to unlearn delegation too early. And I keep on reminding folks like, hey, you either have resources or resourcefulness. And a little anecdote of resources. Oh, I'll couch this in a habit I had to unlearn. I treated business like a family. And this is, I think, common in the United States. There's like this beautiful heritage, whereas like you really was family-run businesses. Like you literally hired your uncle, your brother, and everybody. It was like your family was the only people in walking distance. So that's who join the business. But there's an interesting dichotomy there, just differences. Families, you never fire family. You're stuck through life. And so what do you do when you're building a family is you find a spot to fit the person. That's like, that's what you do. And there are beautiful examples where it just works out wonderfully. But I think the better analogy for business is like a team, like a sport team, where it would be nonsense if they were like, well, we let him keep just being quarterback, but like both his legs are broken and his throwing arm is broken. So he just kind of like throws it with his weak arm. You know what I mean? And you'd be like, dude, cut him from the team. Like, he shouldn't be offended. All of the other players are just embarrassed that we're still putting him in quarterback. Like, why are we, in some ways trying to change the rules for the people that are there? And that took me so long to learn. This is maybe one of those things like still learning, but if the quick anecdote is we just hired someone, and it's crazy to think about it. Their comp was $300K a year. I fired him within 2 weeks. Dude showed up late the first day. And I recorded this Loom, which I wanted to send. And Tiffany was like, I think it's a little too rough. In hindsight, maybe I should have sent it. Maybe there was a possibility there. But really what we found is the mindset that ultimately decided this is not a fit, it's not going to work here, is that his success was determined by other folks. So he got like sent a new laptop, and obviously you have to like install Zoom and figure out how to like set up your email. But think about that in today's day and age, to show up and mind you, his time where the first meeting of the day was 10 a.m. So his first meeting of the day is at 10 a.m. and he shows up a half an hour late because it's like at the time, like at 10 a.m., I don't know, he started unboxing his laptop. Like I have no idea. But I'll tell you, in the past, I would have kept folks on a lot longer. Like I would have just like, guess we got to make a space and find a way there. But it's slowly and surely learning the lesson of just being okay with thinking of it like a team. Like the team deserves to see the team leveling up, and it would be a disservice for everyone else who's working so hard, who is a fit, who thinks like I determine my own success. You put the wrong folks on the team and it can ruin morale. It can ruin the efficacy, all of it. And it just unfortunately becomes a waste of time and money for everyone involved.
And what a shame that, I mean, it's good that you found out early, right? But man, and when you go through those moments, you're like, oh, the wasted effort I put even to get to this point that could have been channeled to other team members. This is the
sunk cost fallacy. Yeah. And that's probably another unlearned thing, is that would have been a heavier weight, because we probably did a 6-week interview process. We had hired a recruiter. I mean, there's lots of costs that went in to this hire. But within 2 weeks, it was clear to me. I mean, honestly, on day one, the yellow flag was so bright, and it was, I mean, I don't think there's, they were closer too. So like they're having conversations, and I'm like trying to be level headed. Like, I'm trying to give space. Like maybe if they say, hey, something happened, kid got sick, or like, just give me a reason. Yeah. So then it feels like this is a one-off. And within 2 weeks, it was clear that's not a one-off. This is a mindset which says other people are in charge of my success. And so if you send me a computer that doesn't already have Zoom on it and isn't basically open to the link, how do you expect me to show up on time?
Oh, that's funny. I have an example.
I hope people are enjoying this. I hope
what?
I hope you guys
So earlier we were talking about Taylor Swift. Well, her guy, Travis Kelce, and his brother have a podcast, the New Heights podcast, and it is blowing up because they are just great together on it. I mean, only this is episode 2, but I kind of can't help but see that we're We're the new heights of SaaS.
We're the new heights of SaaS.
We're the
Nice.
new heights. Speaking of, I would like to thank today's sponsor, Hiley's Hot Sauce. If you're
Heidi's
in
hot
need,
sass.
Hot Sass. If you are in need of a last minute Christmas idea, run over to Matt's house and
Yeah.
he'll
There
pack
you
it up
go.
for you. Put a bow on it. This stuff is great.
Oh
All
my
right.
gosh. Yeah, that was really good. Okay, last question. Hope people are enjoying this. But so what, Dar, in your mind, what should people be preparing for next year?
In terms of preparing for, well, I think they should be preparing now, right? Not wait till January and be like, I'm going to get started in January, because it really means you're starting in February, because you want to hit the ground running. So like I'm working now. I mean, I'm taking time with family, but I'm like the behind the scenes, like we are just like putting things in motion. And then, prepare to be flexible, expect the unexpected, roll with it, learn, adapt. Look at how fast AI has moved in the last year and a half. Look at how HighLevel has adapted to AI, and be grateful when you can, whether it's for good things, obviously, or even things that have not gone your way, but you learn something from it, So that's what I would tell people.
Love it. I think in my mind, that's all really good advice. If I'm going to call a prediction, I think we're going to see a widening, even more so, with the offers that work. So I think the in mass and scale, your middle ground offers are going to really lose. So this means low friction front end stuff is going to gain more traction, more acceptability. This is kind of like pay as you go ideas. I think we'll see more pay as you go, and then I think there's going to be more space for high ticket implementation. You just see it in kind of like the marketplace, just like cascading through. Like we will hear about some insane acquisitions, like they happen this year from like your big companies. And so like things are still getting acquired. Money's still pushing around. It's just widening where you're like, I've talked to more business owners where 2025 was like a stagnation or a decline. Part of that was there's a big chunk in the US economy where the money was just sucked out and everybody felt it right during the shutdown. And so like that was a dramatic change of mindset and spending effect. Because usually I say money doesn't disappear, it just shifts. They had an experience where it's like literally got stuck in the treasury. Like it couldn't be, I think at one point it got up to like $1 trillion. You're like, okay, there's $1 trillion just sitting there, not in the marketplace. Because when whatever employees get paid, they buy food and that funds the grocery store and it funds the farmer and it funds all that stuff. So that tightening was definitely felt. I think they've started printing money now. And so now it'll be that weird, people always kind of work in comparison to what. So it'll feel like there's more money in the marketplace. But I just think it's going to be some folks will be deeply affected by last year and be thinking, cut down, spend less, cut down, spend less. And there's going to be other folks where the opportunity cost of time is so great because they're getting these big contracts with big companies where the money is there. And so then you'll see like, oh, AI implementation, I'm selling that for 10 grand. And like there's thousands of companies that are just looking for like, get it done, moving and go do it. And then you'll see like, I don't know, you still have like the needs-based services. We'll see how they respond to it. But that's my prediction is we're going to see a divide in offers. And then I hope more just opportunity in the marketplace. Printed money in the short term feels good. It means the cost of things are going to rise, but in the short term, I think next year is going to feel good.
I'm going to get one of those money printing machines for Christmas.
That's great. Yeah. That's the wait list at the treasury was like next level.
Yeah.
But it's really funny to think about this. Like we lived in a little bit of like a shadow of the printing that happened in 2021, 2022. But we remember how good it felt in 2021 and 2022. So it's like it's a reset, a recycle there. So Dar, this is fun. It's good.
It's Christmas,
We're
man.
gonna our high. What did you call it? High rise SaaS.
The what? Highly.
What's the podcast with the Kelsey brothers?
Oh, theirs is New Heights.
New Heights.
New Heights.
New Heights SaaS.
So we'll have people vote. Wherever Matt is streaming this, drop a comment below. We need a name. New Heights SaaS. I don't know. Yeah. All right. Hey, buddy, I hope you have a Merry Christmas. You and your beautiful family, extended family, everybody who's watching this. I hope you have a joyous time of year.
You as well. Everybody is listening. Thanks, everybody.
All right, everyone. See ya.